clouds. How cool is that? Well, we're almost there. I am so excited. This is my chauffeur of the day. Claire is shuttling me backwards to the trailhead where I'm meeting up with Scott, Mr. Solo, and we're going to do 8 days on the AT. It is going to be fantastic. Stick around. In the summer of 1992, I hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine. My then roommate and really good friend, Scott, drove out to Monson, Maine, and joined me for the last 100 miles of the 100-mile wilderness. When we reached the top of Katahdin, Scott turned around and said, "You know, that was so much fun. One day, I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail." Here we are, 2021, and he is southbound and almost done. So now it's just a waiting game for Scott to come walking down the trail, somewhere down there. And then we get to close this loop of 29 years. 29 years. I tell you, the leaves are beautiful. I think I'm going to enjoy this. My pack's a bit heavy, but the more food I eat, the lighter it's going to get. So I've left the parking lot where I was supposed to meet Scott, and I'm hiking towards him. I just got a text. He says he's about a mile away, which should put him right in front of me. And there he is. How are you?
Doing great.
Give me a hug, my friend.
All right.
The Appalachian Trail is often referred to as the Green Tunnel. And you can see here that the vegetation loops over the top, and this is especially common farther south in Georgia and Tennessee. And then you probably already know about the white blazes on the trees right there. That's what delineates the Appalachian Trail. And just when you think you've seen the best views, you turn a corner and something like that pops into view. It is so quiet out here. Well, Moreland Gap Shelter done and dusted. First night back on the Appalachian Trail with my buddy Scott, aka Solo. It was a chilly night, but I was toasty warm in my bag. Socks came off, extra pairs of pants came off. Puffy came off, down vest came off, and slept pretty well. Got a nice sunrise this morning. Not that we saw it, but the sun is up, not much wind. We're gonna head about 10 miles today to another shelter. I'll keep you tuned.
That's the fastest I've seen him move since he's been with me. Holy shit. You're doing pretty good, old man.
Scott's refilling up his water bottle. Springer Mtn, 407 miles, Scott. What do you reckon?
I got that.
You got that, right?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
How cool is this? It's a little after 5 o'clock. Scott and I have pulled in off the Appalachian Trail to Mountaineer Falls shelter. It's just over the hill down there, but there was a bunch of guys already filling up a lot of it. So we pulled in up here, it's just above it, and Scott's got his tent up. My little one over there is behind it, and we just got a beautiful location. It's really nice. Let me show you the insides of the tents. This is Scott's drop one tent with his bivy sack inside. He uses his hiking poles to prop the tent up. He's got a couple of them, and then there's enough room for him to sleep diagonally between. Goes up with four pegs in the ground, and it's sweet. He really likes it. Here's my little guy. I stole this from a guy at a garage sale. I forget how much he wanted, but I bid low, and he was not happy, but he gave it to me for a low price. It's just big enough for one person, skinny at one end, fat at the other, but it does the job. I got Sam's sleeping bag, which was toasty last night. This is a Sierra Design tent. So we had a great hike today. We only did about 10 miles, which is a perfect amount for me. And we're going to head down to the shelter and socialize with the guys down there and make some food. Giddy up. We know that the Appalachian Trail is marked with white blazes. Here we have a blue blaze, which marks a side trail. And this particular side trail goes down to the shelter. Let's go take a nosy around this fancy shelter, shall we?
Yeah. It's like an old hangoff they converted into a
What are you eating, man?
hospital.
We're going to Mountain Harbor Hostel tomorrow.
Okay,
8.8 from here.
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, you'll love it too.
So let me give you a guided tour. This is a double decker. We've got a downstairs and we've got an upstairs. And above my head, you'll see all these little pieces of rope hanging down. Some of them have tin cans and plastic. Some have already got backpacks hanging on them. This is where you hang your food. And those pieces at the top are to prevent the mice coming down the rope and getting into your backpack and stealing the food. Yes, there are mice in these places. Given the chance, they'd eat everything. More than Scott. It's a cool morning, huh, Scott?
No, it's fine.
Happy Sunday. So we are now on day 3. Last night, Scott and I, we pitched our tents above the shelter. There was a bunch of guys in there, and there was plenty of room. It was a big double-decker, as you saw. But it's just, yeah, quite frankly, I have to get up a couple of times a night to pee. I didn't want to disturb anybody. So we had a good night's sleep. We had a little campground. We got a clear blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. I mean, we really so far have nailed this week weather-wise. And we got about 10 miles to go, and I guess we're headed to some hostel today. Turn around. Here's the blazes we're following. And I didn't want to hide him, but there's Scott walking in the distance. If you like what you have seen here, stick around as we make our way farther south to Mountain Harbor Hostel, and then out of the gap up and over the Balls, Little Hump Mountain, where the sunset, the moonrise, the stars, and the sunrise were spectacular.